Good. We haven't missed the sorting ceremony. I'm no expert, but that seems more appropriate. Now, I need to study this locket as soon as I can, but first I must contact the Ministry. They need to know what happened to George and be warned of Ranrock. For the moment, I ask that you keep all that's happened this evening between you and me.
Of course, sir.
Thank you. Ready for the sorting ceremony? Phineas, Nigellus, Black. Prepare yourself to meet the headmaster.
Fig, nice of you to join us. The sorting ceremony's over.
There were complications.
Complications?
It seems the goblin problem has...
Enough! Goblins. I've no time for rumors, Fig, and I'm rapidly losing whatever patience I had left. If you're lucky, we might still be able to get you sorted this evening.
I'll be in touch.
Professor Weasley, we've one more to be sorted.
Welcome. You're just in time. Have a seat.
Ah, yes. A bit older than the others, aren't you? You come here with preferences and preconceptions. Certain expectations.
I can't wait to start class.
I'm looking forward to exploring Hogwarts and the world beyond the castle and grounds.
Indeed. Much can be gleaned by having an adventurous spirit, but your professors have a great deal to teach you as well. I wonder... I detect something in you. A certain sense of... what is it?
Ambition.
Is it ambition? I may seem single-minded, but it is important to go after what you want from life.
Interesting. You've recently learned that you possess a rare ability. I detect a growing sense of ambition, an eagerness for power. Perhaps you belong in Slytherin.
And there it is, the Sword and Hat ceremony. Hat will choose. Count when you sorted into your hat. Slytherin house known for cunning, ambition, and power. I did say I would like to be Slytherin, but let's just look at what the options are. So obviously there's Gryffindor, known for daring, bravery, and chivalry. We've got Hufflepuff, house known for patience, loyalty, and hard work. Ravenclaw, known for intelligence, creativity, and wit. And obviously Slytherin house known for cunning, ambition, hungry for power.
I detect a growing sense of ambition, an eagerness for power.
I think it is sorted though. We are going to go what the hat decided to give us, which is Slytherin. So it lets us set the house.
You belong in Slytherin!
Oh, and one more thing. Due to the unfortunate injury on the pitch in last spring's final, this year's Quidditch season has been cancelled.
Boo. That's the one
Enough.
thing they really
It's not as though I've
didn't
banned
do well this
flying
game, is
altogether,
not get Quidditch
but
in the game.
don't tempt me. You are here to focus on your academic futures. I'm sure you will have plenty to do before classes begin tomorrow. I said, I'm sure you all have plenty to do before classes begin tomorrow.
Quite an entrance. It's lovely to meet you.
Professor Weasley, would you be so kind as to show our new student to their common room?
I shall see to it, sir. As I was saying, I'm Professor Weasley. Pleased to meet you.
Nice to meet you as well, Professor.
As Deputy Headmistress, it is my distinct honor to show you to your common room. Right this way. It's quite uncommon for a student to begin as a fifth year. It may be a bit of a challenge, but one I'm sure you're up for.
I can be quite resourceful.
I suspected as much. This is the entrance to the Slytherin common room. In order to enter, one must simply speak the correct password. Aspiration.
Very well. Aspiration.
Well done. Now, go on in and get some sleep. You have a big day ahead of you tomorrow. I shall be back in the morning to collect you for your first class.
Thank you, Professor Weasley.
You're welcome. I hope you enjoy your first night at Hogwarts. Sleep well.
Looks like everyone's gone. Better head to the common room.
So we have just arrived at the Slytherin common room. This is obviously our room, I guess. But we're gonna meet the rest of our year, I guess. Obviously, I played it for the first time 2 years ago, and I chose Gryffindor. Well, yeah, I chose Gryffindor. But this year we decided to use the sorting hat, and they picked us Slytherin. So we have accepted the house that we are in.
I suppose some introductions are in order.
It's that new fifth year. Must be different, starting Hogwarts in your fifth year.
I wonder where they're from.
They're lucky they didn't end up as Dragonfield, like that poor man from the ministry.
Did you see the way they just waltzed in at the end of the sorting ceremony last night?
I just want to be a baker on card. Can't imagine starting new school this late.
A little room, everyone. Let them through.
So we need to meet the rest of our house mate.
That is not helpful.
I think we'll speak to Imdula first, because I know Sebastian is one of the main characters, so we'll leave him to last, I assume.
Revelio.
Is there anything? Okay, so let's go and
If you do
speak
that,
to
you'll lose. Trust me.
Imila.
Ugh, not going to move there, are you?
Here, watch this.
Don't say I didn't warn you. Checkmate. Told you. They should have listened to me.
Ah, I know who you are. You're the new Slytherin, the one who barged in with Professor Fig last night. Interesting tactic on your first day, taking all the attention away from the first years.
I'm Imelda, by the way. Shame I wasn't with you in Fig. I could have lured that dragon away. My skills on a broom are legendary.
I wish you had been there. We handled it. Wish you were there.
Perhaps Professor
Be
Fig's
nice.
friend would have survived if we'd had your help.
Precisely. Perhaps one of these days I'll show you a thing or two about flying. I can teach you more than Kogawa ever could. Speaking of which, I'd like to get in some time on my broom before classes.
We'll ask, do you fly a lot?
Do you have a lot of time to fly during school?
I make the time. There's nothing like swerving through the spires of the castle and around the Quidditch pitch to clear the mind.
Well, we'll talk to her later, I
Goodbye,
guess.
Imelda.
Nice meeting you.
So now we need to go and speak to Omulus, who is another important character down the line in the game, without spoiling it. So let's go and talk to him.
I think I heard one.
Doubt mermaids find us that interesting. Ah, based on all the chatter when you entered the common room, I'm guessing you're the new 5th year. I'm Ominous. Ominous Gaunt.
Nice to meet you, Ominous.
Well, you certainly had a memorable arrival.
I like to make an entrance memorable, more terrifying. I like to make an entrance less sound
If I'm going
badass.
to make my
We're
mark here, I have to
Slytherin.
start right away.
You're definitely in the right house. Do let me know if I can be of any help as you navigate your first days here, though I doubt you'll need it.
Did you expect you'll be in Slytherin? Do members often pass out the common room?
Were you
Do
expecting to be
Slytherin
forced into Slytherin?
Most certainly. My family on my father's side are direct descendants of Salazar Slytherin, one of the 4 founders of Hogwarts. Not something I'm especially proud of, mind you. He was obsessed with blood status, a pure-blood maniac. Unfortunately, most of his descendants do not fall far from that tree.
Okay, so obviously, Ominous is a part of the Slytherin descendant. So obviously he does have a role later on in the game. And then
Thank you,
there is only
Ominous.
one more
Very nice to
person
meet you.
to meet.
Pleasure was all mine. Don't be a stranger.
And the last person is, of course, Sebastian.
I've taken to studying during the day in our dormitory. No one's there and I can practice my cards to my heart's content.
That is not helpful.
Sebastian Sallow.
Can I help you? Ah, you're the new 5th year. I'm Sebastian Sallow. Welcome to Slytherin.
Thank you.
Not everyone has a ministry escort to school.
He was a friend of Professor Fig's who merely joined us for the ride.
Still, impressive. Dreadful way to go, poor fellow. Glad you and Fig are all right.
A dreadful way to go, poor fellow, glad you feel right. It was exciting.
It was dreadful, certainly, but quite an experience nonetheless.
Interesting perspective. How did you and Fig manage to escape?
It's all still a bit of a blur, to be honest.
Didn't mean to press. You just get yourself settled. We can talk more later.
Didn't mean to press. You just got yourself settled. We're talking about what are you reading?
What book were you reading?
A spell book I picked up. Has a few interesting things, but not exactly what I was looking for. I'm sure you'll find out soon enough. But not every spell you may need can be found in our assigned textbooks.
What do you mean?
Are you saying some spells aren't taught at Hogwarts? Which ones?
Seems I may have met a kindred spirit. That is a conversation for another time. It was good meeting you. Good luck today.
So that was
It's the new fifth year
Sebastian.
Slytherin in here. Professor Weasley's waiting for you just by the stairs.
So before we go and see
Revelio.
Professor Weasley, let's just have a look around. Because obviously there's stuff that you can find. I guess these are all the
Revelio.
dormitories, rooms. We'll have a look at the common room later, but let's now go and speak to Professor Weasley. It's upstairs. Let's go up the stairs. And there she is. Obviously this game is set, I think, 100 years before Harry Potter.
Good morning. I trust you're ready for your first day at Hogwarts?
I've been dreaming of this day for a long time. Can't believe I'm here.
Well, you are here. Make the most of it. You only have one first day at Hogwarts. Now, in light of your unique situation, joining us as a fifth year, you'll need to catch up with your classmates and not fall behind. Especially as you'll be expected to complete your OWLs at the end of the year.
OWLs? Owls?
Yes, your ordinary wizarding level exams. They will determine what type of career you can have when you leave here. After much discussion with the headmaster and the Department of Magical Education at the Ministry, we've devised something extraordinary to ensure your success. Here you are.
What is it?
It is a wizard's field guide. It will help you to keep track of what you are learning so that you master all that's expected of a fifth year. You would be wise to take full advantage of this exceptionally valuable resource.
Thank you, Professor, but what do you mean it will keep track of what I'm learning?
Perhaps seeing it in action will answer any questions you may have. Walk with me and we shall put it to the test. This way. I certainly would have appreciated something like the field guide when I was a student. Using the guide will also train you to be alert to your surroundings.
Okay, so just going to follow Professor Weasley.
The guide will give you opportunities to practice your magic and educate yourself about wizarding lore. Do keep up! Why don't you cast Revelio on that statue and see what details the field guide can provide?
Revelio. And it's going to give us a field guide page which we have to collect throughout Hogwarts. The statue depicts the shapeshifting water demons. We've just unlocked a field guide challenge. Progress towards completing challenges appear here. Field guide challenges are the only way to acquire XP points or XP. Open field guide. This is our field guide. It's going to track our progress through Hogwarts, through the main story, through the side quest. It can help us upgrade our spells, and obviously shows us our infantry, which we'll collect through on the way challenges. So there's combat, quest, exploration, field guide, rumour requirement, and obviously it gives you appearance.
Clever, isn't it? Keep your eyes open for more opportunities like that, inside and outside of the castle.
That is awesome. The snake guarding the door.
Ah, good timing. Perfect opportunity to show you how to use flue flames to get around a bit quicker. Your field guide contains a map of the castle. Open it up and find Central Hall.
Okay, so discovered the flue flames, which obviously is fast travel. It does help throughout this game. Obviously, later on when you have to start moving to different parts of the open world, it does very help. So the Hogwarts Field Guide is built into two main areas. So the left side of the map is where current students live, and it includes the House Common Rooms and the Great Hall. So we need to collect on the Great Staircase, and then obviously represent Slytherin Common Room. Select the library. Stairwell, Great Stairwell, Trophy Room, Ravenclaw, Quad, Slytherin Common Room, and Library Atmos, yes, and we want to go to the Centre Hall, yes, fast travel please.
And here we are. Quite the time saver. These stairs lead directly to Central Hall. You can get almost anywhere in the castle quickly from
Let's
Central
just get
Hall.
the flue location set up, and then we're going to follow Weasley.
Always something happening here. It's the heart of the hive. Our King's Cross station, so to speak.
Professor Weasley was being so
That should be all for now. You'll be expected to attend both Charms and Defense Against the Dark Arts classes today. And I'd like to be sure you get to Hogsmeade as soon as possible to replace the supplies you lost on the way here.
You mentioned
we just asked what Hogsmeade
Professor.
is.
Hogsmeade is the only all-wizarding village in Britain and is home to an array of shops and pubs. You should be able to find all of the school supplies you require in Hogsmeade. You will also, I imagine, enjoy many a butterbeer there with friends in due course.
Can you tell me more about the Defense Against the Dark Arts class?
Defense Against the Dark Arts, as the name implies, focuses on how to defend oneself against the evils that lurk beyond these walls. A mastery of Defense Against the Dark Arts is required for those who aspire to become Aurors. Fortunately, we are lucky to have the ever-gifted Professor Hecat in charge of our students' education in that regard.
We'll ask about charms.
What will I learn in Charms class?
Exactly what you might expect. Spells, charms, jinxes, all terribly useful. I think you will enjoy Professor Ronan. He's a clever and entertaining wizard, and a talented teacher.
Thank you, Professor.
Thank you, Professor Weasley.
A lot to absorb on your first day, and you have much to learn. Happily, your professors have agreed to create additional assignments for you outside of class. You'll be up to speed in no time. Judging by your adept use of Revelio earlier, I'd say Professor Fig succeeded in at least showing you the basics.
He did, Professor.
He's been terribly vague as to the events preceding your arrival, specifically about what happened after that awful dragon attack. My suspicion is that there's more to the story than a search for belongings and an extended trip up to the castle.
There is, in fact, I'm afraid there isn't.
I'm sorry, Professor, but I'm afraid that's all there is to it.
Almost precisely what Professor Fig said. Speak of the devil, Professor Fig. Your ears must have been burning.
Oh?
Yes. You seem to have provided our new fifth year with a solid foundation in the basics of spellcasting.
Ah, I'm afraid I can't take all the credit there, Professor. They've a rare aptitude for magic, it seems.
Well, I'm just glad you both arrived in one piece. Perfectly good boats and carriages to Hogwarts, and you chose to fly in the path of a dragon.
I wouldn't say I chose the dragon's path, Professor. Rather unfortunately, it would seem that it chose us.
Very well. Enough chit-chat. I need to get to class myself. Might I rely on you, Professor Fig, to explain the details of the field guide's map?
Of course.
Thank you. Good luck today. And remember to use your field guide. It will be invaluable to you. And invaluable to me, as I'll be using it to keep up to date on your progress.
Yes, Professor.
Come and find me in my classroom after you've attended both classes today, and I'll explain more about those assignments I mentioned. And we'll see if we can't get you to Hogsmeade for those supplies.
Revelio.
Willing to make the hard decisions.
Professor Black.
It's good to see you, Professor.
And you. I was hoping our paths would cross today, before you immersed yourself in studies. Did I hear you masterfully evade Professor Weasley's interrogation regarding our late arrival?
I did my best, but I'm fairly certain she suspects that we're not being entirely forthcoming.
Yes, well, Professor Weasley is a brilliant and astute witch. It was right to keep the details to yourself for now. We don't know where this path we've embarked upon will lead. It may require a bit more flexibility with your time than she would approve of. And she may feel obliged to share details with the headmaster that would be better left between us.
Understood, Professor.
Good. Now, as capable as you are, I believe the ability you possess obliges you to be well trained. Happily, you have the benefit of an exceptionally skilled team of witches and wizards to guide you. Speaking of guides, and so that I may avoid another not-so-subtle reproof from Professor Weasley, why don't I show you the clever enchantment we included in the field guide's map? Unfold it and have a look.
You're able to track quests with the field guide. So open map. Defense against the dark arts and charms. So we learn defense against the dark art class. We'll learn Levioso, and then in the charms class we will learn Ascendio. I think we'll go to charms first.
The map is enchanted to help you find your way.
This will be incredibly helpful. Thank you.
Now, sounds like you've quite a day ahead, what with classes and a trip to Hogsmeade for supplies, including your own wand. You'll enjoy Mr. Ollivander. He's an exceptional craftsman and a good friend. I shall reach out when I have more information about our mysterious locket. For now, focus on your classes and pay attention. More than your owls may hinge on the magic you are able to master within these walls.
Okay, so we're going off the charms. Before we do, obviously, just look around.
My family has a lot of money. Power should be kept in the oldest pureblood family.
Right, so we go up. Up the staircase, yes. Follow through here. Yeah. Past Professor Fig. Don't want to be late to class. Yes. Defense against the dark arts tower there. So,
if I could undo all that happened that day, I would.
Should be a flu system here. Correction. Might be doing that next floor actually. Getting the flu systems are very important, guys.
Then it's not on your nose.
Maybe it's not down here.
Revelio.
While we're here, we'll get the field guide page. I want to find this Lucius. They're not here. Okay, it's there. Okay, let's leave that for now.
Revelio.
Up the stairs. Then up the stairs. Off the charms. And we've made it.
Harry Pippin certainly steered me right with that wound cleaning potion.
Here. Behind you. There is an open seat here.
Thank you.
Hello, I am Nettie. So you are the new student. Have you met Professor Ronan yet?
Shall we begin? Welcome to Year 5 of Charms. Now, this will be a crucial year in your education on the art of charm work, but I am confident that we will take hold with the passion and rigor requisite of such a challenge. Right, now, everyone, please open your textbooks to page 517. But before we begin, can anyone here tell me the difference between the incantations of the color change and growth charms? Anyone? Anyone? I am afraid it is too late to study now. My, the summer months must have really taken a toll on you all. By the looks of it, you all spent your holidays practicing Obliviate on one another. Do you even remember how to perform a basic summoning charm? Well, it seems that we are in dire need of review. Everyone get into pairs and take positions on opposite sides of the classroom. Now let's put those textbooks to use as the blunt objects you so believe they are, and take turns summoning them out of one another's hands. Only one book will be needed per partnership, Miss Dale. Thank you. Get into place now.
Okay, so we need to learn Accio, steady your wand, and then we're just going to go up, and basically we just need to make sure we get to the end before a bar hits us. So A, and there. Learn the spell. The spells are very easy to learn, which is kind of cool. And there, Accio
That is not bad.
Added to
You
our spell
are a
cast.
swift learner. I see a lot of potential, but remember, potential is nothing without practice. Keep at it. You might just rival Miss Onai here. Very good, everyone. That's enough of that. Well, as you all seem to have the basics down, and it is an exceptionally lovely day, I was thinking that we might have ourselves a little excursion outside for a spot of fresh air. After me. I've always found that fun goes hand in hand with mastery, as I'm sure the Quidditch players amongst us would agree. So, what better than a bit of sport to put our prowess with the summoning charm to the test, right? So why don't we have our newest student start us off?
So I'm pretty sure
Very
the
simply, cast Accio on one of the spheres and relinquish your charm at the last possible moment. Now,
So I'm pretty
think
sure
of this
the
like
idea is-
gobstones, if you will. But instead of throwing the marbles out, you are summoning them toward you. The trick is to pull the sphere as far as possible, but not a bit more, or it'll fall, yes? Now, I could keep talking about theory all day, but practice is the best professor. Show us how it's done.
Okay, so basically the idea is to pull the ball with Accio as close to the 50 as possible. So let's give it a go. Let's go.
It.
Gonna go in 50. Okay,
Splendid!
Accio.
Very good.
Not bad, not bad.
good. Points to Slytherin. But there's certainly no sport in playing without some friendly competition. Miss Onai, would you care to give our new student a bit of a challenge? Come on up. You'll be the blues, just as before, and Miss Onai, you are playing red. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so obviously we're now going in against Natiasim, and basically we need to beat her. So it's our turn. She got 30 on the first one. We'll take the 50. Come on.
That's it. Let us see this. Yes.
Come on, 50 again.
Quite impressive. Watch this.
Okay.
That is how it's done.
So basically we just need anything but a 10. Get that. And we've won. Let's go.
Let us make this a bit more interesting, shall we?
Okay, so now
I think we are well past interesting at this point.
I'll say.
Enough chatter. Focus now. You will need it. This round settles it all.
Here we go.
we just gotta make sure we don't hit the boxes.
Accio.
50, come on.
Very good.
We're in the lead.
Be sharp.
Forward. 30 again. Okay. Let's go this one. Okay. 30.
Nicely done.
Okay.
Let us see this. That is how it's
30.
done.
So we need 10 to win.
Accio.
Going to quite close. It's going to be a 50 though. Bang! Let's go. We win again. 130. And we win the summoning court.
Very good, both of you. Well done. Class is dismissed. Gather your things on the way out.
So now we need to go to the
Good
defense
game
against
back
the
there.
dark arts
I
class.
must admit, I think I underestimated you. Took me weeks to become proficient with Accio. Took weeks for me to get anything right when I transferred here. It gets easier, I promise.
Took weeks to get anything right. I will transfer it gets easier, I promise. Glad I'm holding on my own.
Thank you, but I've been holding my own.
I appreciate your confidence. I transferred here from Wagadu just before my 4th year. My mother received an offer to teach divination here. Before I knew it, we had left Uganda and were halfway around the world at a new school in a new country.
We don't really want to talk to her
nice
anymore.
Talking and
We want to get on
competing with
and
you.
learn some
And
new
with you.
spells.
Ah, I think Professor Ronan wants to talk to you. Better not keep him waiting. Until next time.
course, you can use Accio on humans, if you're so inclined.
Well,
After my brother learned the summoning charm, it was constant Accio this, Accio that. Cutlery flying everywhere. Quite unsafe, really.
Okay, let's go and talk to Professor Ronin.
You wanted to speak with me, Professor?
I did. I trust your first charms lesson lived up to expectation?
Well, an outdoor competition wasn't exactly the lesson I was expecting, sir.
What charm is there in the expected? You did well, managing to best as gifted a student as Miss Onai.
Thank you, Professor. I enjoyed the match.
Miss Onai is always a fierce competitor, though I sense that she is a bit distracted of late. Now, Professor Weasley has asked that your professors give you instruction outside of the ordinary curriculum. Expect to hear from me soon regarding a special assignment that I am preparing for you.
Okay, so there should be a new quest. Defense against the dark arts. Locate on the map. Track quest.
Hello there. You're the new student, aren't you?
Okay, so we need to go down to chart defense against the dark arts class.
Is that all you've got?
Levioso!
Professor Hecat!
Perhaps you'd be good enough to blast each other to pieces in your own time. I get new students every year, but I only have one Hebridean black skull. It was a token from the Great Poacher Raid of 1878. No doubt you've heard of it. Now, you may be asking yourself how an old woman like me single-handedly took out the largest poacher ring in eastern Wales and lived to boast about it. Knowledge.
wise, age matters very little. Today we will review a spell that has saved me from death at the hands of dark wizards more times than I care to remember. Levioso.
Levioso? A levitation charm?
Levioso! A surprised opponent is a weak opponent. Care to defend yourself, Master Pruitt? No? One thing I've learned as an unspeakable is the value of simplicity, especially in the heat of battle. Now, let's practice what we've just learned, starting with something small.
So we're going to learn Levioso. A, up to A, and then round. And there is Leviosa. Spell has been unlocked.
Levioso!
Now, let's try something a little larger. Let us begin with a basic cast. See how the dummy deflected your cast? This time, cast Levioso first, then the basic cast. Remember, a surprised opponent is a weak opponent, as Master Pruitt so artfully helped me demonstrate earlier. Good. Now, the basic cast. Well done. Very good, but the best way to practice is by dueling. We'll start with you two. Duelists, take your marks.
Time for a proper Hogwarts welcome.
Now, I want a fair duel, using only Levioso, basic cast, and Protego. You may begin.
Here we are.
This should be easy.
Levioso!
Good form.
I know. Protego! Stupefy!
Stupefy.
Complicates things.
Levioso!
Class, I hope you'll be paying attention. That is how you
We're
practice
destroying
Levioso.
him.
Nothing lucky about it.
Absolutely
Not
cooked
bad
the guy.
for a beginner. You give as good as you get.
I put you on the spot, and you rose to the challenge. Points to Slytherin.
Thank you, Professor Hecat. Glad to have the opportunity to practice.
Only points
If what
Slytherin
I've
ever
seen
get.
today is any indication, we can expect great things from you. I demand excellence from my students. They are capable of achieving it, and they must achieve it. A classroom duel is one thing, but battling dark wizards, or as ever more likely, goblins, is a different kettle of Grindylows entirely.
Understood, Professor.
So, I'd advise you to keep practicing whenever you can. Perhaps Mr. Sallow will have some ideas for you. Again, well done today. I shall reach out soon with additional assignments. All right. That's enough spectacle for one day. Class is dismissed.
Nice work.
I enjoyed that.
Well, that duel was quite something. Everyone will be talking about it.
It was certainly good practice.
Practice? Felt more like I was dueling an expert. Didn't expect a new student to be so deft with a wand. Then again, perhaps this wasn't your first duel.
I've had shit of one combat. I've never used my wand in combat.
I've dueled enough.
Yeah.
Consider yourself lucky I held back.
Huh, fair enough.
Yeah.
You owe me an honest duel when you aren't. You know, you might be a perfect fit for a certain exclusive, unsanctioned dueling organization.
Sounds intriguing, sounds suspicious. Intriguing.
Exclusive and unsanctioned. Count me in.
Excellent. Knew I was right about you. If you want to get the most out of your time at Hogwarts, you're going to need to break the rules now and then. Whether it's joining a secret dueling club, or sneaking into the restricted section of the library, you just have to be clever enough not to get caught.
Thank you, Sebastian. I'll keep that in mind.
Good. Pleasure chatting with you. I'm sure I'll see you soon. Perhaps somewhere unsanctioned? We'll see if your performance today was sheer luck, or actual skill. Look for Luke and Brattleby near the clock tower entrance. If you're interested. Till next time.
Revelio.
Let's go to the map. So what have we got left? Side quests are now available. So Wesley, after class, I think we'll do this one, and then I think we'll end the video there, guys. Or we'll end the stream, video stream, whatever you are watching this on, whether it's YouTube or Twitch. As we get the Transformigration courthouse there.
Revelio.
So here, begin the quest.
What about the room, Professor?
I was thinking the same thing, Deke. Perhaps you could help.
Oh, excuse, Deke.
Ah, there you are. I trust your first classes went well?
They did, Professor.
I heard as much from Professors Hecat and Ronan. Seems Professor Fig taught you quite a bit before you arrived. I'd wager there's a good deal more to your travels here than what you've told me. Isn't there?
No, Professor. Has Professor? No. We're saying
Nothing
no,
more, Professor.
We're sticking to our story.
Like trying to get a sonnet from a streeler. Regardless, you must continue to build upon what you've learned. In that regard, I've asked your professors to help hasten your progress with some extra assignments.
What more work? Professor Ronan mentioned that.
Professor Ronan did mention something about that.
In fact, Professor Ronan will meet you outside momentarily to assign your first one. Now, regarding the trip to Hogsmeade I mentioned earlier, we've arranged to replace the supplies lost on your way here, including seeds, potion recipes, and spellcrafts.
Thank you, Professor.
And Mr. Ollivander will connect you with the perfect wand. You've managed your classes well with a borrowed wand, but you'll find the magic you cast with your own wand to be far superior.
I'm ready to go.
I'm eager to get to Hogsmeade.
Very well. I'd like you to make your first visit to the village with a classmate. Help you get your bearings. Perhaps Sebastian Sallow or Natsai Onai. I've noticed you spending time with them.
Who do we want to take? Sebastian or Nazi? Let's take... We'll take
I'd like to go
Natty.
with Natty.
Excellent choice. Miss Onai is one of our most talented students. And she knows the area. She'll keep you well clear of any of Victor Rookwood's undesirables en route.
Rookwood?
A rather unsavory local. Best to avoid him and his associates, including his right hand of sorts, Theophilus Harlow, if you can. Once you've finished Professor Ronan's assignment, your friend will meet you at the castle doors. No time to waste. The sooner you complete your work, the sooner you can enjoy a butterbeer at the Three Broomsticks.
Okay, so we need to report to Professor Ronan. We go to the map. Quests. We've got all. Okay. We'll do. Yes, talk to Professor. Press the wrong one. Yeah, so obviously we need to do Professor Ronan's assignment before we can go to Hogsmeade. So we'll locate that on the map. Where he is. Should just be out here, correct?
There's simply too much information, you are.
Ah, there you are.
You have a new spell to teach me, Professor.
Indeed I do, and an exceedingly useful one at that. The mending charm, Reparo. Fixes things right up, makes a broken object good as new in the blink of an eye.
It seems as if that might come in handy.
More frequently than one would imagine. As Professor Weasley mentioned, I am not the only one who will be teaching you spells outside of class in an effort to catch you up with your peers. A number of your professors have agreed to do so as well, but first, each shall ask that you complete a few preliminary tasks to hone your magic. I have arranged some for today. See them through and then report back to me. We will have you casting Reparo in no time.
What's the purpose of these first complete tasks to learn Reparo?
No lesson or lecture can compare to first-hand experience, and these tasks should provide you with just that. Such experience is invaluable when mastering any new bit of magic.
Okay, complete the task.
I'll start on the task right away, Professor.
Okay, so what do we have to do? Collect the flying pages near the broken statue. Complete the flying pages against the dark arts. Okay, so if we come over here...
This is the right area. I wonder where the flying page is. Accio! Got it!
So we got that one. Is it just a one? Okay, yeah, fine. Okay, wrong way. Need to go up here.
A flying page must be around here somewhere.
Okay, there's the flying page. Accio. So just like that, we have now completed that side quest task. And we can go back to Professor Ronan and we can learn the new spell.
I trust the preliminary tasks
we'll
weren't
end
too much
today's
trouble.
video / stream here, depending on what you're watching on, whether it is on Twitch or on the YouTube channel at TreeSpoiler01.
I completed the assignments, Professor.
Marvelous. You clearly know your way around basic charms. Let us give the old mending charm a try then, shall we? Remember to be deliberate in your enunciation and movements. I want to see some vigor. Now, wand at the ready.
Yes, sir.
Remember, your wand is a conduit of your magic.
Quick. And there it is, Reparo has been learned to our spellcast.
That's it! Very good. If you would like to practice mending something, have a go with that broken statue in the alcove by the water. It allegedly symbolized heartbreak. Perhaps a jilted lover thought it too accurate and lashed out.
Reparo!
Nicely done! Works like a charm, doesn't it?
Okay, so is that done now? Christ. Okay. So I'm going to leave it here, guys. In the next video, we will go to Hogsmeade. But for now, thank you for watching the stream. Thank you for watching on YouTube. And I will see you in the next episode / stream of Hogwarts Legacy. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.